ein langer Krieg. Ihr habt tapfer und stolz für euer Vaterland gekämpft. Seid eine besondere Truppe, die ineinander einen...
Hey guys, Hydra Hut here. Just thought I'd try and do a quick manga review. This is another one that's probably about 5 or 10 years old. I think they're on like volume 28, or maybe it's even finished by now, and they're on a new run. But this is Seraph of the End of Time, or Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign. Volume 1, stories by Takaya Kagami, art by Yamamoto, storyboards by Daisuke Furuya. I'm sorry for butchering your names. So, as per typical with my manga reviews, this is going to be extremely awkward while I try and show you the art, but this is one thing I kind of like about the new books nowadays, new printings, is they all have this little fold out. If I had a bunch of vacant wall space, I might put some of these up, but I don't, so I don't. So, what this story is actually about is it starts off, we meet our main character, and who we think is going to be a whole group of main characters, actually. And it turns out that Earth was going along kind of normal, and then there was this massive plague that started killing people, and then all these vampires just came up out of the depths, and were like, ha 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 ha, this is all our doing, the world is going to end now. And then they grabbed up all these children, brought them down into their lair, and started raising them as a food source. And they told all these kids that everybody after 12 was infected with this disease and then would die. So the kids were scared to leave because they thought the world was just a vacant hellscape. And they were all pretty certain that they were going to die after they turned 12. There's a lot of character building here and foreshadowing and setup, which is really nice. The art is good on... Oh, gosh. I should really do these at home because these books are a pain. I'm sure this is really hard to watch. But something very, very bad happens about 3/4 of the way into this. Something very traumatic to the main character. But eventually we find out that the world did not actually end. About, what was it, 9/10? So that only 1/10 of the world's population is still around. And there are now like elite groups of vampire and monster hunters that go out and take down vampires, take down monsters. But our main character eventually escapes this underground vampire lair and runs into these hunters and, of course, joins up with them. But because he's an antisocial asshole, they basically enroll him in a school so that he can learn how to make friends and work with others well. We then find out some secrets about the school and that what we've been seeing hasn't been what we were told, which is cool. There's a whole lot of twists and turns in this. We also find out that the remaining humans absolutely 100% are pro-breeding and want everybody to repopulate the world because it is a very nasty, dangerous place right now. We also finally get to see some vampires in action. Before we were just seeing them basically masquerading as humans while feeding off of children at their leisure. But we finally get to see one, not at full power, but one who escapes and wrecks some shop and get to see the difference in power levels between a human and a vampire. And because there's such a great power difference between the two, the humans in these have to use demon weapons, essentially. They basically go down and create a contract with a demon who takes on the shape of a weapon or is already possessing a weapon, some such like that. And that gives them the power to be able to defeat these hyper-powered vampires. Our main character is kind of typical for shonen-style manga. He's super, super over-the-top impressed with himself, doesn't listen to anybody's advice, runs headfirst into everything, but he's got some redeeming qualities. And so far, the book was really easy to read. It was fun. The art is good. I'm thinking it's probably... I mean, it made it 28 issues at least, 28 volumes at least, so it's definitely got something going for it. The reason I picked it up is because I've been reading the Shonen app from Viz Media, and one of the Seraph stories was in it. I'm thinking it's a whole new arc because it was very, very new, and these characters were being... This character and another one were in it, but it was very much talking about the stuff in this book like it was in the past, so fairly certain they're on a new arc. Man, my reviews suck. I'm just throwing out guesstimations and estimates and assumptions. The channel is pathetic. So, next up for today, I'm going to be doing a Venom review, and then I'm going to try and get my Final Fantasy. I got a Final Fantasy manga that's, I don't know, it's like good, but it's so meta, it's fucking annoying. I'll tell you guys about it when I get there. But this, if you haven't read it, I recommend it. I also recommend getting the Shonen app. It's like $2.99 a month, or you pay $26 for a year, and it gives you like 200 pages, albeit it's chapter by chapter, but 200 pages of enjoyable stuff to read. Even the things you aren't interested in, like Food Wars is fucking stupid. It's about cooking. But there's some things to like. There's ones about like, there's a lot of good stuff, even the things you don't think you're going to be interested in, and it is at least enjoyable to read. It's sad how much modern comics could learn from manga, especially since so much of manga was pulled from old school comics. Nowadays, most people who are doing comics just have no idea what they're doing and are simply there to try and move on to something else. But like I say, I highly recommend this. I think it's good. Don't download it. Just buy it. It's $9.99. Viz is really good about their costs. They're almost always $10. Other companies are a little bit more expensive. That's probably just because it costs them more to do all the translation and everything. If we were in Japan, or if you could read Japanese, price on these would be about half. All the import, export fees, translation, all that stuff, that's what jacks the price up to $10 a book. And even then, price per quantity, or price per content, you get a lot better deal than you are with American comics. All right, that's my shitty spiel about Seraph of the End of Time, or Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign. I like it. And, Hell Hydra, baby. You guys have a good one.